What's up, Mavletic lovers and listeners, and welcome back to Maverick Postgame. We've got another full show for you today as Mesa football accomplishes something that has never been done before.
And women's volleyball comes down to a nail-biter.
Not to mention another interview with Tremaine Jackson talking about the explosive outcome of this game last week and how his team will move forward in their matchup this week.
Plus, a close game in women's soccer.
And an easy dub for the men's soccer team. All of that and so much more as we move ahead into this recaps-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. So with that being said, I'm your host, Justin Platt.
And I am Grace Metcalf.
Let's get into all the game-breaking stats, off-the-wall wins, heartbreaking losses, and in-depth analysis of our CMU athletics. Roll it!
Once again, I am Grace Metcalf.
And I'm Justin Platt. Let's hop right in and take a look at all the Mavtastic action that took place this week here at CMU. CMU football played in one of the most exciting games in program history last Saturday against number 3 ranked Colorado School of Mines. In a game that matched number 1 overall offense in the RMAC against number 1 overall defense in the RMAC, the offense played the spoils. Mesa's high-scoring offense got off to a rough start as their first drive was derailed by penalties. After holding Mines to a punt on their first drive, it became apparent from the start that Mesa was in no way outmatched and ready for the battle. Mines would score the first touchdown of the game off of a Michael Zeman 16-yard rushing touchdown. However, Mesa was unfazed by that first score of the game and would answer with a Karst Hunter to Elijah Lilly 24-yard touchdown pass. Hunter was electric throughout the game, using his legs to help create gaps within the Ore Diggers defense that would lead to several big plays. Mines would nab the next 2 scores, both coming from quarterback John Matoka to wide receiver Tristan Smith for touchdowns of 10 and 7 yards. A surprising MVP of the game was Mesa's punter Blake Moore. After a botched first punt of the game, Moore rebounded, pinning Mines within their own 5-yard line several times. Moore pinned Mines on their own 1-yard line late in the second quarter, and in the following play, Mesa got a safety. Defensive lineman Brian Rattery stuffed running back Michael Zeman in his own end zone for the first 2 points. Hunter would then lead the offense 70 yards down the field in 50 seconds, capping off the explosive drive with a stellar back shoulder throw and catch to wide receiver Dwight Blakey for the 27-yard touchdown. Many were surprised how close the game was going into half, as Mesa had been outscored 128-51 in their last 2 matchups. However, the addition of Tremaine Jackson has proved that this is not the same Mesa team of old. In the second half, Mesa would come out looking to right the ship and take down the number 3 ranked Ore Diggers. The third quarter was capitalized by a Lucas Ruiz-Diaz 38-yard field goal. Then in the fourth, Mesa would take the lead off of a 39-yard catch-and-run touchdown pass from Karst Hunter to tight end Dagan Ranks. Ranks ran in the under route across the middle and completely sped past the entire Ore Digger defense for that score. That would be the final score of the game, as Mesa would shut out Mines in the entire second half. The final play of the game would come down to a 50-50 ball thrown by Matoka for the win into the end zone. Creighton Saunders would intercept the final pass, putting the finishing touches on Mesa's 26-21 victory over Mines. As a team, Mesa had 389 total yards of offense, with 293 coming through the air and 96 coming on the ground. Penalties were a major issue in the first half, but Mesa cleaned them up in the second, only having 9 for 90 yards in the total game. Mesa gave Mines their first loss of the season, dropping them to 7-1 overall, and Mesa moves to 6-1 overall and becomes the 24th nationally ranked team in D2. This is Mesa's first win in program history over a top 5 ranked Division II team. Mesa will play against nationally ranked Western next week.
Following their upset victory, we got to sit down with head football coach Tremaine Jackson to talk about his team's win and what he believes it meant to the fans here at CMU.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Coach's Corner. Once again, I'm joined by Tremaine Jackson, the head football coach here at Colorado Mesa University. Coach, congratulations over your massive win over number 3 ranked Colorado School of Mines.
Thanks, Justin. Love it. Love being here. Can't wait to talk about it.
Well, 26-21, this was definitely a fight the entire game. What were you telling your team throughout this entire game to help you guys come up with the win?
Yeah, just stay disciplined, stay obedient, and keep the grit. We knew that we'd be right there in the end if we could do those things. We were starting to move the ball as the game went on. We're starting to play better on defense, and so we just wanted to keep the grit and keep fighting.
And then going into halftime, you're down 21-16. What are you telling your team to make sure that you guys keep fighting to come out with that victory?
We told the defense if they don't score, we'll win. We told the offense if you score, we'll win. And so we played a really good second half in every phase of the game, and that's what we wanted to do.
And then this was a massive game because Colorado School of Mines and Colorado Mesa have a massive history. This was the Nikos Cup. And then the fans also really wanted this win. What do you want to tell the fans after this huge victory?
I want to tell them thank you. Thank you. It was a sellout crowd. I think that's the first one around here in a long time. It was homecoming. The atmosphere was great. It was a championship atmosphere. I want to tell our fans thank you.
Well, we are certainly appreciative of this win. Speaking of the next one, you've got another nationally ranked team to play in Western. What do you guys have to do to come up with a victory?
Yeah, we got to play extremely hard. We got to match their intensity. They're a really good football team, and so it's a rivalry game for us too. We got to go and do the same things we did last week.
And then what's the one thing you were telling your team this week to stay humble?
Yeah, just remember who we are. Kind of like what Mufasa told Simba. Just remember who we are.
Well, good luck this week. Be sure to go check out Colorado Mesa University against Western this Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Thanks in large part to career-high 23 kills from redshirt freshman Gabrielle Vogt and a career night from setter Sabrina Vandalist. The Colorado Mesa University volleyball team came from a set down on two separate occasions to pull out a massively important 5-set 21-25, 25-16, 23-25, 25-11, and 15-8 road win at CSU Pueblo on Saturday night in the Thunderwolves Masari Arena. The victory was CMU's 7th straight overall and allowed the now 15-4 Mavericks to move into a third-place tie in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference standings with national number 7 Colorado School of Mines, which dropped a 5-setter of their own at now second-place Regis. The Mavericks and Diggers, who have yet to meet, are now 10-2 in conference play, just one match behind the 11-1 Rangers, who will visit CMU's Bronson Arena on November 12th in what will be CMU's final match of the regular season. As a team, Mesa was incredible, committing 65 kills with only 34 errors. Mesa hit at an 18% clip and collected 80 total points. Mesa also had 61 assists to CSU Pueblo's 51 and had 10 aces to Pueblo's 4 as well. The star of this game was Gabrielle Vogt and had 23 kills and 2 blocks. The Mavs will take on Fort Lewis this Saturday.
In women's soccer, it was a fight to the finish in Sunday's Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference action between Colorado Mesa and MSU Denver. The Mavericks, who looked to close out the regular season with an undefeated home record, capped off the feat with 1 goal to secure the division over. The visitors outshot CMU by an 18-11 margin. However, the Mavs placed more shots on goal and made 4 more saves to preserve the shutout. Though quite the physical matchup, there were just 8 fouls called, 7 of them going against the Mavs. Up against her former team, it was only right that Mira Huck came away with the game winner, scoring 21 minutes into play. Winning a battle at the box, Sophia Beams took the initial shot, forcing the deflection that landed at Huck's feet for the second chance score. As a team, Mesa had 4 saves and 2 corners. They had 4 offsides and 7 fouls. Statistically, MSU Denver beat CMU in practically every category except the most important, that being goals made. CMU, who is now 11-2 on the year, will look ahead as they will take to the road for their final 3 contests of the regular season, heading to Adams State and New Mexico Highlands next week. They have already secured a spot in the RMAC tournament along with Colorado School of Mines, Regis, CSU Pueblo, and UCCS.
The Colorado Mesa men's soccer team established themselves early within the first 10 minutes to be exact, as they scored twice within 2 minutes, separating one from the other and on the way to a 2-0 shutout of Regis Sunday on Maverick Field. The Mavericks outshot the Rangers 20-15, putting 8 shots between the posts. Out of the Rangers' 15, they managed to just put 3 shots on target. Rangers keeper Tim Dolan did pick up 6 saves on the day, taking away quite a few of the Mavericks' scoring opportunities. CMU got to the corner 5 times and held possession for over 50% of the contest. Just 6 minutes into play, a corner kick from Ramses Adelahupa was sent into the box, bouncing off the head of Isa Trujillo and then over to Alec Fernopfel, who used his head to net his 8th goal of the season. 2 minutes following, the Mavericks pushed their lead to Adelahupa, taking it up the sideline before handing it off to Gabriel Perez, who crossed into Fernando Morales, who volleyed it into the top corner. As a team, Mesa was efficient in all phases. Their defense especially carried throughout the game, forcing the shutout of Regis. Mesa also only had 15 fouls to Regis's 16. Mesa is now 14-2 on the year, and just 2 games remain in the regular season for the Mavs, one being the long-awaited top 25 matchup with Colorado School of Mines in Golden. They will stay in the Front Range to take on Colorado Christian next Sunday to close out the conference loop.
Now that we have recapped some of the games, it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week. Our Maverick of the Week this week goes to CMU head football coach Tremaine Jackson. Tremaine has provided a cultural shift here at Mesa as he has led the team to a 6-1 record this year and is 8-2 in his coaching career overall at Mesa. He came out to CMU's bonfire the night prior to their matchup with number 3 overall Colorado School of Mines and told the students of CMU to show up for their homecoming game, as he promised them fireworks and a win. Well, he delivered on both, beating one of CMU's biggest rivals and giving the CMU fans and alumni a huge homecoming win. Congratulations and thank you, Tremaine, for your outstanding performance this week and all season. You are our Maverick of the Week. All right, after recapping the games this week, it's time for our closing thoughts.
My closing thoughts are going to be on how excited I am for Mesa football. The game was absolutely electric and the energy is incredibly palatable through the entire stadium. I know that I'll be tuning in every week to see how Mesa football is doing this year.
I totally agree with you. I was calling the game for the radio station and the booth was literally shaking as Mesa fans were so excited for this massive victory. Staying with it, my closing thoughts are on just how amazing Tremaine Jackson has been, not only as a coach, but within the community here. He has totally reinvigorated this team, this school, and all of Mesa County into this football program. We also greatly appreciate everything he has done for us, including coming on for interviews, giving us sideline action at the games, allowing us to film in the locker room, and more. Thank you, Coach Jackson. We truly appreciate everything you've done so far for all of us here at CMU. Well, now that we have wrapped up all the action from this week and given our closing thoughts, it's time to close the show. Thank you everyone so much for joining us this week on Maverick Postgame. I'm your host, Justin Platt.
And I am Grace Metcalf.
We'll catch you next week on an all-new recapped packed episode of Maverick Postgame. Stay safe, study hard, go to a game or two, and of course, have yourselves a Mesa amazing day.